Whoa, you let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all go down. Yeah, but for the fall, ooh, my heart, do you dare to look me right in the eyes? Yeah. Oh, 'cause say we run you down to the door. Yeah, someday we run you down till you fall.
Hi, Kat.
Hi, Vanessa.
How are you feeling right now?
Finally, we're on our last interview, which is funny, and last photo shoot, so we're almost done.
Okay. You're feeling good though?
Better. I
Better,
feel better.
right?
We were stressed for how long?
How long has it been? Approximately.
We started this in July, so now it's October. And we still got a couple more weeks to the calendar signing, so I'll be stressed for a little bit longer. But the main thing, the photo shoot is out the way, so a couple months now, no sleep.
Okay. I know. I get those calls the next morning, and I'm like, okay, Kat, I know you're stressed out, Kat. I know you didn't sleep. I understand.
Or the
I get
email
it.
at 1 in the morning.
The emails, everything. I know it's been stressful. It's been
crazy.
very stressful. So I know it was my idea, right? It was my idea. I mentioned it. We were just, at an event. I mentioned it. We should do a, all women's writer photo shoot, calendar, do it all, right?
Yes.
And what made you entertain that? Because you came back later and you said, we're doing it. Let's do it. Months later.
Yeah. When you brought it to me, I was like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this because one thing with me is I don't like to just do something half-assed. And I think you've learned that about me.
I have.
I'm trying to always go above and beyond and include everybody and make sure everybody gets something going away with whatever I put together. So that's why I knew something like this was going to be so much. And that's why at first I was like, let's see what happens in a couple months. So I did have something else in mind and it didn't happen. And then I know, I just started seeing more women writers this summer, I feel. So in July, I saw, more girls doing more things with them as far as body positivity, and started seeing more friendships being built in the biker community as women, and thought you know what, maybe this is the time. So that's when I was like, Vanessa.
Hold on, but you did have it on your calendar, right? And
I put it on July to see if I was going to be open. I literally marked it months ahead and said, if you are open, take on the calendar.
And that's when I got the call,
and
because it alerted you.
Yes. And I was all like, it's alerted me. Okay, let's do it, Kat. And then I'm like, Vanessa. Okay, I'm in.
Okay, so you're in now, right? You're in, and
no, we're
months
in.
later.
Because I was like, I'm not doing this unless you're in this with me.
Yes, yes.
I already knew it's just going to be so much work, and a lot of people need a team, a big team. So the fact that me and you did this together and we're able to do it as two women, and then of course everybody else helped, but I think, that was a biggest thing that I was worried about.
And you also work. I mean, you have, you have your own
business.
shop, your own business, everything. You work. So it's you're not only just working on the calendar, you're also working, doing your shop, your business, working on your accounting, the sales, all of that. Yeah. And then you have your own web page.
Yes.
Your IG.
The business is one thing, but I also have, I'm from a club, an all women's club. So that's a lot of women. And then I have 4 sisters. So that's a lot of more women. And I have, my family, and there's other things in my life that I deal with.
Exactly.
So it's a lot, and it's not just I work. I have so many other things and my own personal struggles that I struggle with. So it's a lot.
I know, and I want I want people to know it's a lot, but you can do it. If you put your mind to something, you could do it.
Yes.
If you put your mind to something, you can definitely do it. And you sure did. You sure did. Out of the whole time, what has been the biggest struggle for you with this calendar, preparing the last few months? What has been your biggest struggle? What do you feel like your biggest struggle has been?
Two big struggles, actually. I think one is meeting all the women and hearing their stories and having to pick and choose, you know, calendar girls and, you know, winners of certain things. That's been one really big struggle because it feels like someone's going to be mad at you no matter what. And I know all the girls are very understanding, not even mad, but bummed or hurt or, you know, wondering why. I had a couple girls ask me why on certain things. And that's been a really emotional struggle on me because I'm a people pleaser. I like to please people, and I think you've seen that a couple of times where you're like, "Cat, you can't," you know, like, what do you do? And that emotionally has been very hard on me. Personally, you know, I have a lot of like goals that I'm trying to go for, but I think in a mental state, like as far as like depression, I struggle with a lot. I think having to push on things like that has been another big struggle because I'm not doing this for me. You know, my business is for me. You know, other things are for me. But this is for, I mean, these girls have cried. These girls have shared such intimate experiences that I'm not doing this for me anymore. I'm doing it for everybody else. Like, I feel like that's a part of, you know, so I can't even have that side of me for me to deal with because I'm like, that's been a struggle, you know, but it also has been a help because otherwise I'd be thinking about that a lot or worrying about that a lot. And because my mind is always so working and focused and trying to get things done now, that it's actually helped me. This has actually helped me fight that battle and that demon. So you have been like a blessing and an angel that I feel has came into my life to help me conquer that as well.
And you know, I've told you from the get-go, I got you. But remember how it all started. You came out of your way, barely knew me, to get me on a freeway, to get me out there on my bike. And I was like, I'm taking that. You're like that gem. And like my bike was broken down one time. I didn't even ask, and you were like, I'm there. And I'm like, okay, this is one that I want in my corner, and this is my gem. I'm keeping her. And
right?
you know, so the feeling is mutual. I think the
and
feeling is
it's funny
really
every
mutual.
time you tell a story because every time I think about that day, it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna get this girl on the freeway and da-da-da. It was like, come on, let's go. Like just like a regular day for me to me. So then when you tell it, I'm like, really? Like, it's
and
so
that's the thing. I think people don't understand how those simple, you know, kindness, like, you know, acts of kindness will leave an impact in one's life, you know? So that's why it's like people need to be good to one another and do those simple acts of kindness because you can impact their life, and you did. You impacted it to where I was touched. And you're my gem, and I'm not losing you, you know? But yeah, so, and that's why we're here now. I got you, you got me. And we're here doing this calendar. It's amazing. Now, what did you get from the calendar? What are you taking away from it?
Man, I've taken honestly so much away. I do know for sure I've taken away the strength in women in general, not just biker women. I mean, just women, how strong these women are to step outside their comfort zone. Like, I feel like that strength gives me strength, and it just gravitates to other women to give them strength. And I think that's a big thing in the biker world, even outside the world. You know, it's just that for me, I'm taking for sure. And the fact that a lot of women could come together. I always say this, you know, because some women are like, oh, you know, with other women, I don't know about being around so many, and I don't, you know. And it's like, you could have a good positive vibe because every girl who's been sitting here has said how good of a vibe they've had. And I love that. I love embracing the fact that we can all get along and not be competitive and do something together and make something amazing come out of this, because I really feel like this is going to be big. And I feel like these girls have already taken, like they've literally, some girls have went home in tears, like just happy they accomplished the photo shoot. And that is the best feeling for me to see that. And I feel accomplished, and I hope you feel accomplished. I think we're both feeling this accomplishment that it's almost done. So.
Well, it's amazing because today Everybody has felt so comfortable. All of the ladies have felt so comfortable, and you can see it. You could see it. Even like, you know, the audition party that we had.
The casting, yeah.
The casting audition party that we had. It was amazing because we even got feedback that it did not feel like competition.
Right?
It did not feel like competition. Why?
That's my
Because it's
favorite.
not about competition. We all bring something to the table. We're all beautiful, you know?
Exactly.
And even today, like I said, everybody's very comfortable. There's no competition. And I think there's just too much of that out there. And I think we need to, like, more women need to get past that.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
There's no competition here.
Yep.
Let's make this world a better place. Let's all women get along. Let's empower each other. You know.
And it could be done.
And it
Some
could be
people are
done.
like, no. Like,
And
no,
just,
it can.
Yes, and
know?
just like you, this is fulfilling. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And one thing I want to say to all the girls, like, there may be a negative comment that's going to be posted out there, or something, you know, not inspiring or motivating. Just make sure you don't let that affect you. You know, that's something I'm really worried about as well. I'm not worried about it, me personally, because I feel like I've heard it all. So being a business owner and all that stuff is, you hear it all, and there's people really waiting for you to fail. So if you do see something don't let that get to you on a personal level. Like, make sure you take it and you let it push you even harder, or, you know, just make sure that it doesn't affect you. Like, that's one of my big things.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I could not agree more. I couldn't agree more, because those comments do affect people, you know, and they shouldn't. I mean, in the end, those are just comments.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Move past it, you know. But people are not very nice, and they do say mean things.
Yes.
So I totally understand where you're coming from, and I agree.
They're hurtful.
Yes, they really are.
And I know we have thick skin, but there's other girls, like, think about the other girls you're affecting, you know?
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
those are the girls that I worry about.
Yes, exactly. So, is there going to be another calendar or 2024? I know I'm asking right now, and it's so early.
I know, like,
but would you do this again? Would you do this all over again?
I think I would, again, with team, with the support. I feel like things are more in place, and because, you know, when you've already done something, it's flow a little easier. I feel we already know what to expect. So I do feel like, and I know there's a lot of girls that have been DMing both of us, like, I can't wait till next year. I can't wait to get that, you know, you need a year of writing that you've had to have at least experienced. And there were some girls that didn't go to the next level, more because I think we felt like they needed more writing experience. And that was one of the things that I really want to push the girls on, like, get some more writing in, and then come next year. And that's what one of my goals is, to make sure the girls are writing, to do more writing. We're not just taking photos, we are actually writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next year, with all that in place and more women that I feel, you know, they seen this experience and want to do it, I'm all in it. I'm all for it, you know. So
Okay. I'm gonna give you a hard one right here.
Oh no. I thought that was the hard one.
At least I think it's a little
You're
bit harder.
giving me more questions.
Okay. What would you have done differently?
What would I have done differently? It was a learning experience, so I think we both learned so much, right?
Yes.
Differently, I don't know. I think the only difference, I mean, because obviously it was the first time, the only difference was maybe talking to the girls more one-on-one outside of camera. You know what I mean? Getting a little bit more. I learned more of them because of camera, I feel. I feel like, you know, I wish I could have got to know them outside of camera, so that would have helped me a lot more as well. And it probably would have been a little harder too, because you get to know people on that level. But I think that's the only difference. I think everything else, we really tried to do our best. You know, I think everything we put all our time and tears, and we tried our best to, in such a short time.
Yes.
you know, I think we did the best we could, and we always put the girls, our mindset was always to make sure the girls were taken care of, and I really hope that was seen. You know, that's one thing that I really hope for. So.
Well, I can say being down there, I know you've been up here a little bit more, but being down there with the ladies, they have had a lot of positive, you know, feedback.
Yes,
and it was about, this is amazing that, you know, you guys put this together, Kat put this together. I'm going through this and it makes me feel so much better. And oh my God, I can't believe you guys would go out of your way and do this and do that. And they noticed it. They did notice a lot of it. So I just wanted to let you know, because like I said, I know you've been kind of busy up here, but there's great feedback, amazing feedback.
Okay, yes. That's what I'm hoping for. That's my big thing too.
So thank you again for entertaining my idea and actually taking more on than what you expected and even than I. But of course, we know Kat wants everything a certain way.
has to be as perfect as possible.
It has to be as perfect as possible. So yes, thank you, and I appreciate you so much. I love you.
Love you too.
Love you.
Okay. Good.
Whoa, you let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all go down. Yeah, but for the fall, my heart. Do you dare to look them right in the eyes? Yeah. Oh, 'cause they will run you down to the